welcome to Minor Incidents, episode 33, covering major crimes, season 3, episode 14, Trial by Fire. So on the crime side, we have a young black man who was gunned down by a Latino gang who was popular in the neighborhood. And the guy who killed him ended up getting away with murder because his girlfriend, who was in the car and a witness to the murder, got scared at the last minute and pretty much threw the whole trial for the defense. The guy who got away with the murder ended up getting killed via somebody lighting his car on fire, putting him in the trunk and lighting the car on fire. Jack showed up again, and his client was the dude that they were suspecting in this arson case.
Was it Zippo?
His name was Zippo. Big dude. We know it wasn't him because the picture, like the video they showed of the crime happening, showed really skinny legs. We were like, not the fat guy. So, is it true?
No.
Yes, it is. Oh, the guy who did it, this white dude, was a guy who would just go to the courthouse and just watch different court cases, because you can do that. The public can do that. And he got in trouble a few years back for beating up a kid in his class, and he had to retire because he was a teacher. He had to retire and unceremoniously, and it was, a big thing. And Jack has thrown around mentions that he's suing the LAPD for false imprisonment for a bunch of these different people. On the personal side, my favorite part was we had Rusty call Sharon Mom for the first time.
Like, Mom.
It was because he was trying to impress his friend from Badge of Justice, friend Jeff from Badge of Justice. He was 25 and Rusty's 18, and at the end, Rusty...
He was 8 years older than Rusty.
Yes, like I said, 25 and 18.
Oh yeah, that is 8 years, isn't it?
Oh my god. No, it's actually 7 years, but I guess he's a young...
He's 26.
26, I don't know. Rusty says 8 years. Jeff spends the night in Sharon's apartment, but Rusty lets him have his bed. Rusty stays on the couch, and they just talk about random stuff. Rusty ends up taking Jeff to the airport because it got snowed in the night before. That's why he stayed at Sharon's apartment. He had told him, hey, Jeff, I like you. You want to go out with me, whatever. And Jeff's like, you're too young for me. Which, who didn't see that coming?
Poor Rusty.
But poor Rusty. I liked how that last conversation had double meaning. He kept saying that there was going to be nobody like Jeff, and said something along the lines of not knowing the person that you're dating or expecting too much of them or something like that. And I was like, oh, her and Jack. Did you catch that?
Mm-hmm.
Jack, who was there defending Zippo, who was known for arson and using a red lighter, kept calling Sharon Sharon.
Yeah, what the hell was that?
He did it 3 times. And I think it was just a stab to her or whatever.
But really? Chevron?
I didn't know we were watching the Osbournes.
Sharon!
Provenza thought that Andy had requested papers for retirement. Andy has been really taking this case hard because the justice system has failed. And this guy got away with murder. He ended up getting killed, but he still got away with murder. We find out that the papers actually belonged to Michael Tell. There was a whole thing about retirement and all this other stuff.
Deferred retirement.
Yeah, whatever. It was pretty cool. So they were his papers and not Andy's papers. Because Andy was like, is this supposed to be a joke? And there wasn't even many, Sharon Andy parts. I mean, there were some, and I was pretty excited about it. But not like last episode, and I was okay. It was a really great episode. Because she was giving him lots of looks.
She was giving lots of looks throughout this entire episode. I was terrified a couple of times.
Ow! And then Andy jumped to her defense when they were in the room.
I'm not focusing on the Sharon and Andy aspect
of
it.
You should be, Shash, because
she was making face at everything this episode, and it was kind of terrifying half the time.
Some girl will take you down, Jack. Do not mess with her.
Chinatown.
She'll show you the real Raider in this business, friend. Oh, also, we found out that Emily hasn't been talking to her father, and Jack has tried to tell Sharon to force her to stay with him for the holidays, and Sharon's like, no, not gonna, whatever.
No, call her yourself.
She doesn't talk to her father, which, is anyone surprised by that?
Show of hands if you're surprised.
Whoa. No one. No one is surprised by that.
There wasn't a lot going on this episode.
There was, but there wasn't. It was very well directed. Good job, CCK Black. Okay, what do we like about this episode?
I really like the part where Sharon was just standing there, and all you hear is someone in the back going, Mom, 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 and everyone around is pointing at her to turn around, because she's not replying to the fact that Rusty is calling her Mom.
It was so cute. And then she was like, when he did,
she was kind of shocked by it.
She was all verklempt. It was so fucking cute.
She started calling him Becking.
Because that's what they call him, a badge of justice, Beck and Call. So they call it Becken.
I wish there was more interaction between Sharon and Jack. But, like,
Yes.
the moments that we had, they were good.
Yeah, we had 2 scenes, one with just the 2 of them, and then the other one when they were in the murder room. And they're always fabulous. Mary McDonnell and Tom Berenger have this way of just bouncing, you know, going back and forth. They do really well at sparring at one another. We need to see that more often when he's there. It's the Christmas episode next week. And all
She
the
loves
little
all things
Raiders...
Christmas.
Fuck you. All the little Raiders are coming to town.
Dislikes.
There wasn't any. Not really.
Nothing major.
No, I liked how we were covering a topic that is a huge thing right now in our society. And they covered it, but it wasn't too in your face. It was done very gently and in a way that everybody could watch it and enjoy it.
Ratings? I'm going to give it an 8.5.
I'm giving it a 9. A 9 out of 10. I really liked it. I liked the personal side. I like Rusty calling her mom.
I hope he continues to call her
That's
mom.
so fucking cute.
But, I don't think he'll call her mom around her kids.
I think he will. I absolutely
He might,
think he will.
feel it out at first.
Yeah.
And see how, Emily and Ricky will react to it, but...
Or, say, what did you get for mom for Christmas or whatever.
I'm going to completely abandon the fact that he's calling her mom. Because she technically is his mom.
No, because now it's, a joke between them, but, not a bad kind of joke. Okay, mom. But it's really cute. I like that. What are we predicting for this next week?
It's Christmas, and Emily and Ricky are coming back.
Christmas, Josh.
And there might be some altercations between Emily and her father. And the fact that she's not really speaking to him right now.
Krampus. It's Christmas. We have a bunch of dancing Santas, and stuff happens. And the Raiders come to town.
Dancing Santas.
I'm serious. It's a bunch of dancing Santas. I'm not even making that up. We get Buzz in a new Christmas sweater. He has a lot of them.
Buzz.
Prevents in a new Christmas tie. Who didn't see that coming?
Not like last year's Christmas episodes.
That weren't very Christmassy at all.
And she cried about it for
I
days.
did. I did.
She had to call out of work because of it.
I was this close to calling out of work because of it. Last question of the episode. There wasn't much time for you guys to answer, so I'm going to make her answer it with me with this one.
What was the question?
The question was, it was because of the answers, or what Andy was doing with Nicole when he was trying to explain his relationship with Sharon. Do you think that he actually does want a relationship with Sharon in the long run? Or that because of his, because he was so, we don't have to tell her. Do you think he actually secretly wants a relationship with Sharon?
Are you setting me up?
No, I'm asking you on a character-based level.
On a character-based level, I think he does like Sharon more than a friend. However, I think he's hesitant to start a relationship with her because she is fresh out of a divorce, even though they've been separated for 2,050 years.
Did I just hear that you think they want to be in a relationship?
I think he likes her, and she's also equally hesitant.
Do you think Sharon likes him?
To a degree.
Do you think if Andy asked Sharon out, not in a, hey,
I
you
don't
wanna go to
think
the movies?
I don't think she would say yes on it because they do work together, and she is his boss.
She's already said
and
yes
she
on it several
already,
times.
but they go out as friends.
She thinks they go out as friends. He doesn't. But Shash, the heart knows no bounds. Join us next week for Minor Incidents, episode 34, covering Major Crime, season 3, episode 15, entitled Chain Reaction. Dancing Santas. Chain of Santas.
Are you not paying attention?
But
You're an asshole.
No, we're not biting the fingers today. No. Why would you just come out and yell at me like that? God, some people.
I'm an asshole.
Santa Claus. They're gonna make a big deal of it. It's gonna be Santa, and then
No, it'll be Jack dressed up as Santa.
No, Jack is actually Bill Clinton. Okay, we have covered this. He's actually Bill Clinton, but he doesn't like to admit it. Okay. So it's gonna be Santa, and then Emily, and then Rusty and Ricky are gonna be in the back, and they're gonna be, throwing presents at people, but
they're actually
hitting them in the head, and people are gonna fall down.
Since Emily's a ballerina, they're gonna reenact the Nutcracker.
Yes. Ow!
And
you spat on me a little bit.
Not
not saying it was bad,
down.
but I think it might have acid. Am I burning?